Yes, I know it has been a while since my last video, but I have been busy making new projects and I do want to continue sharing those with you. Now, there are, of course, several reasons why I took such a long break. Nothing bad. Everything is well. I just got busy. Life is full of things I need to attend to. And so I realized that if I want to continue my channel, I have to simplify the process of making my videos. I kind of lost the mojo for editing hours and hours of footage. So I'm planning that from here on, I will post presentation videos where I can show you 2 or 3 of my projects all at once. Now, they may not be as detailed as my process videos, but the basic steps of how I construct my assemblages has been covered many times in my past videos. I will, of course, still give you some insight of how I made my new pieces, but overall the videos will be simpler for me to make and hopefully just as enjoyable for you to watch. So let me get started with my little dog here, my little hound. As you could see, he opens up so you can use him as storage. He is functional. Now, he started his life as a wooden box. I then used a couple of kids' Easter eggs to shape the head. I also added paper mache to stabilize it and to create a better surface for gluing and paint. Next, I screwed on a skeleton tail from a kid's dinosaur toy. This green thing is from a broken hairdryer, and I extra secured it with a piece of wire. I used the Duplo turntable to later on attach his head. A few odd plastic pieces for his sides, his legs, and bottle tops for his feet. And started covering everything in bits and pieces of broken jewelry, hardware, beads, and so on. Next, you can see his face. I gave him a tongue. I gave him some jowls. I made those from 2 pieces of cardboard. I added plastic spoons for his ears, and I covered those with a bit of cheesecloth, some bling. The rest of him has lots of tiny pieces of jewelry, some charms, some little beady eyes, and a little nose, which was taken from an old stuffed animal. Like always, I use my trusted E6000 glue for just about everything. So here in the back you can see that I added a little spring to his tail and also a bit of texture paste all over before I spray painted him with black matte spray paint. So I start by adding some white and brown acrylic paint, and then I go over it with some of my Prima waxes in white and copper. And last, I added that mini fidget spinner to his back, added red paint to his tongue, and a few turquoise stones. Now, he does have a brother. And this is a commission piece and is meant to be a Basset hound. And this is the way it looked before I painted it. As you can see, he opens as well and was made from a cardboard tube. I used lots of chains for his long ears, a piece from a clothes hanger for his tail, a few movable gears, and then I painted him. I gave him a ball chain collar with a pretty metal bead. He also has a whistle hidden behind his head. His tail wags, and yes, he has a few other little jewels and dangles here and there to make him even more interesting. Both of these guys have since gone to their new homes. One was a commission and the other one was sold at one of my gallery shows. And that's not all. I have one more piece to show you. I made this elephant and he lives in a box. Now this used to be a wine gift box, which I had to alter quite a bit. I found this nice decoration piece here. I added to the front. I added an old hanger to the top. Here in the back you can see a piece of wire. It poked through the elephant and gave me extra attachment. I added simple cardboard to the sides to cover up some advertisements. And here on the bottom you can still see the holes because it used to have a handle. I added a piece of wood to even out the trim. And then on the inside I added paint and sand and rocks for a grungy look. So I started with a simple drawing. I cut it out minus the ears and started formulating the shape. I used a half Easter egg, this one made from styrofoam, for his head, some blue round bits to start his ears, and lots of wire and different size hoses for his legs, for his tusks, and also for his trunk. Here I used foil and fiber to give it more shape. Now, just about at this point, I realized that the head wasn't dimensional enough. So I took it all apart and started over, but using some of the same components again. I separated the back from the head, and I also added some wire to the head for better attachment later on. I covered both in my usual junk. There are plastic bits, broken jewelry, hardware items, little kids' toys, charms, and so on. I added bead caps to the end of his electric wire tusks and used mostly beads and chains for his legs. Here I add some beads for his eyes, and then he went through my normal process of spray painting and coloring. I did use white acrylic paints to bring out his tusks, and I always start my eyes with white so the next color comes out brighter. Next, just a quick look at the box and what it looked like while I was working with it. And here my elephant is all done. He has a piece of jewelry on his forehead that lifts and the coin reads, "Just breathe." He also has a few crystals here and there, including a little dangle. So I really hope you enjoyed my new projects and that the video gave you some ideas or something helpful for your own art journey. I am planning to be back with more presentation videos soon, but in the meantime, if you have any questions concerning my projects, my process, please ask in the comments or just leave me a note. I always love to hear from you. Take care.